Now, Hurricane Florence is lashing the East Coast. Our Jason Marks joins us now live in Dare County.
And Jason, you've been down there since yesterday. How have conditions changed?
Improving, Don, definitely improving. I just got off the phone with Dare County officials, got new information, and I'm going to give it to you right now as Chris shows you what's going on here at the Jeanette's Pier in Nags Head. 97 people, that's it, 97 lost power overnight here in Dare County, most of them over on Hatteras Island. It's great news for them, for everyone here. No major damage reported, according to officials. None. They haven't had any reports. And they do believe that we're out of the worst. They believe the worst is over. There is some concern, I should say, about the next high tide cycle, especially on Hatteras Island. That's going to take place just before noon. They're worried about some of the flooding there. Now, I can tell you, as far as the roads go, the Department of Transportation is only reporting that it's overwashed, sand and water on the roads. No roads have been destroyed on Hatteras Island. Very, very good news. And lastly, I know that a lot of people are wondering, what about the restrictions? When can we come back to our homes? Talking to the Dare County officials, they say there is a certain process that has to take place before that can happen. One, they have to have the warnings. All the warnings have to be dropped. They need to get word from the governor's office that it's okay. And lastly, assessment teams will, first thing this morning, they need to go out and survey the damage. It's just part of protocol, and they'll do that right away. And as soon as those warnings are dropped, they say they'll let people on the island. They want to do it right away. They just need to go through that process first. So I know many of you are on the other side of the bridge wanting to come back home. They're hoping to do it right away. They don't believe there's any damage, but they just need to make sure. Part of protocol, guys. Now back to you.
Florence is making her presence known across North Carolina. In Morehead City, extremely strong wind and rain picked up late last night. There was also a tornado warning in the area, and people were forced to take cover. Connor Kick with our sister station based in Greenville, North Carolina, was in the area when that warning went into effect. He tweeted, "We just heard a huge crash and are seeing something like electrical flashes coming from next door. Live shots are postponed." We have heard from Connor and his crew this morning. They are back out in the field. He is now able to give you a live report, and you'll hear from him in less than 15 minutes.
Well, North Carolina bears the brunt of this storm. Hampton Roads is still waiting to see what's in store.
Our Tamara Scott joins us now live outside our studios in Portsmouth. And Tamara, some are concerned about the potential for tidal flooding on the south side. How's it looking?
Hey, good morning, Don. Well, absolutely, tidal flooding is definitely a concern over here. We've already seen a tidal cycle come through earlier this morning. We're not expecting to see another one until later this afternoon, and that's when we could see that moderate tidal flooding, what they've been talking about. But as for right now, we've been seeing a lot of what Jeremy was talking about, those rain bands coming in. About every, 5 to 10 minutes, we'll have a downpour, and then it'll just completely stop. And that's kind of the first time we've seen this morning since we've been out here. In addition to that, we are definitely still seeing those wind gusts that we've been talking about all morning, where we see the branches on the trees, they're bending down every once in a while. My hair is blowing in the wind. We're definitely still seeing some of these conditions. Now, I called and talked to dispatch over here in Portsmouth, and they're telling me that they haven't had any emergency calls that have to do with weather-related incidents at all. So that's good news. We're not seeing or hearing about any damage in this area. But of course, we'll keep you updated as things continue to move through the day. I'm live in Portsmouth. Tamara Scott, 10 on your side.
7:38, still to come on this Friday morning, hitting the road. We'll hear from VDOT about how they're keeping the roads clear as Florence moves through.
And here's a live look outside from Tower Cam 10. We were hoping to see the sun peek through, but not yet. Still a pretty thick cloud cover there. Now, meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler tracks what's next for Florence coming up in your Super Doppler 10 forecast.
Now, your Super Doppler 10 forecast from meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler.
All right, well, we got the latest word in. It has officially made landfall. Now the center of it, the eye wall came ashore earlier this morning. Now the center's on land. Looks like it's filling in. Maybe it's weakening a little bit. Maybe it's becoming a tropical storm, but it's a large system. I mean, you can see the rain extends all the way up in our region, the constant rain. Lots of rain bands offshore. They do move in our direction, but as they do, they weaken and fall apart. So right now, again, there's the center near Wilmington. We've got around Hatteras some big heavy rain bands coming in, strong gusty winds. That's been pushing up towards mainland Dare County. It's been rough down here across the southern Outer Banks. You go from the northern Outer Banks up into our part of the world. Well, we've had some passing showers and some gusty winds, but it hadn't been too bad. Some heavy rain into Back Bay, lighter rain Virginia Beach over to Portsmouth, Norfolk, and it's moving towards the peninsula, but as it does, it's falling apart. So not much there. Now here's the latest rain forecast. The forecast has been coming down a little bit, calling for about 1 to 2 inches, maybe some spots up to 3, but I've been bringing the rain forecast down a little bit because we've had passing showers, but we haven't had that big concentrated area of rain. So I think between 1 and 3 inches of rain for us, and mostly in these rain bands that keep coming through. Now the wind gusts above 28 miles an hour in Virginia Beach, above 30 miles an hour Elizabeth City. Look at that, 35, and then 23 miles an hour Killable Hills. We've had some gusts to 45 recently down towards the southern Outer Banks. So we'll get these rain bands coming in this morning, gusts to 35 miles an hour in places, some gusts up to 40 towards the midday and the early afternoon. Some passing showers, again, more of those rain bands. Some scattered showers tonight, but the winds should taper off. And I got a feeling by tomorrow we're going to be looking pretty good. Still be a little breezy, but not too bad. So some gusts up to 40 miles an hour through the afternoon. Not raining the whole day, again, passing showers. And then tomorrow, a few showers out there, 80 degrees, and the breeziness, but not as windy as today. And then Sunday, much improved, much quieter weather, just a few showers around. That's the latest forecast that I have. We'll have updates coming up this half hour.
We're back at 7:44, and right now we are continuing our coverage of Hurricane Florence. And we know you have a lot of questions about the roads this morning and what's going to happen when people who evacuated return to the region. Holly Christopher from VDOT joins us on the phone. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Well, how are you today?
Great, thank you. And I'm seeing pretty good road conditions right now, but I'm not out there. What are your crews seeing?
Our crews are seeing kind of what you said. People are doing a great job of staying off the roads and limiting their travel. We did a really good job all week kind of making sure that the drains were clear and that the roads were cleared out. And so the interstates currently are experiencing very little impact from weather conditions. Roads are clear, and we currently have no incidents on the interstates.
That is good news. And we have had questions about when evacuees return. Do you have any guess as to when the influx might begin tomorrow, Sunday, and any plans to assist with that?
We really don't know when the governor's office is going to lift the evacuation, but as it does, and as people head back after that, we're going to work to help them return home as efficiently and safely as possible. We've got our safety service patrol trucks available to assist motorists, and our crews are ready to deploy should any incidents occur.
Great, because when the evacuation happened, we did have a great deal of traffic, and you all were there for it as well. We've mentioned this before, but it bears mentioning again. We have had a lot of questions also about you all closing the tunnels.
Yeah, that's a rumor that we're not sure how it got out there, but there are no closures planned for any VDOT-operated bridges or tunnels at this time.
Okay, and then you've lifted several tolls. Do you plan to maybe put those back in place once folks have returned?
Yeah, the tolls on those stretches will continue to be lifted as staff monitors conditions, and we'll let everybody know in advance once they're going to be reinstated.
Any advice for motorists who must get out today?
Plan accordingly, be aware, and exercise caution if you absolutely have to be out. We encourage everybody to continue to limit their travel, and if they notice anything that is impeding traffic, if there's any flooding or downed trees or road hazards, to give our customer service center a call at 1-800-FOR-ROAD. That's 1-800-4ROAD.
Holly Christopher with the Virginia Department of Transportation. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And as Florence moves through the region, we will continue to monitor any problems on the roads and send you push alerts about them through our WAVY News app. It is free for all smartphones and tablets. 7:47. People across the south side are waiting to see how Hurricane Florence will affect them today. This is what it looked like in a neighborhood yesterday in Norfolk where people saw moderate tidal flooding.
Pretty scary there. Hopefully that water has since receded. Now, 10 of your side's Kayla Gaskins has been out in the Mermaid City since early yesterday. And Kayla, I hope you can hear me. What are you seeing right now?
Well, hey there, Don. We're live this morning near the Ocean View Fishing Pier in Norfolk. We've been lucky so far out here as far as rain concerns. That wind, though, is whipping up pretty good. And as you can see, the Chesapeake Bay's got some white caps going. We are seeing people starting to venture out outdoors and come out here to the bay. We have Harry and his son Justin here. What brought you out here this morning? I hear these are pretty good conditions for what you're trying to do.
It is very good conditions. Maybe a little bit early in the year, but the water conditions are perfect, really.
What are you trying to do out here?
Trying to catch red drum or juvenile puppy drum, red drum.
And you have Florence to thank for this weather.
Yeah, if I catch one, I'll thank her for the bad weather.
Now, you also have friends down in Wilmington, North Carolina. You are from North Carolina. Have you been in contact with them, and how are they doing?
They're doing fine so far. I haven't talked with them yesterday, and some of them actually, their relatives work with me. I work at the base, and they actually went back home to their parents and some of their siblings, so they were doing fine.
All right, well, we hope that they do well as Florence continues, and best of luck this morning with your fishing. Again, we are live out here in Norfolk at the Ocean View Fishing Pier. Kayla Gaskins, 10 on your side.
Thank you, Kayla. Clearly, we are not seeing the worst of Hurricane Florence, but parts of North Carolina are getting hit pretty hard. Connor Kick joins us on the phone this morning again from Morehead City. He is with our sister station in Greenville. So, Connor, what are conditions like there now?
Well, we just started some torrential downpours of rain here. It's probably the most rain that we have seen so far. And just to give you kind of an example of what's happening with us here, we're actually having issues with some of our cell phone service. Our service will start to go in and out now. So I was even surprised that we were able to get a phone call across. Our little unit for viewers that lets us go live, it's not connecting to any of the TVUs because it's not connecting to any of the cell phone towers here, which that could play an issue here. We did put a call to emergency management operations to see what people should do if that is the case, if people cannot do that. But the winds are torrential. We have a lot of rain, and the big threat today, a lot of the police and emergency management, they say is the storm surge and the flooding. That's when a lot of that's going to start today.
And Connor, you're inside for now, obviously trying to fix that equipment as well as stay safe. What were you seeing and hearing overnight?
Well, overnight it was sounding like a freight train was coming through the walls. We were just hearing random things crash outside. We were seeing palm trees being ripped leaf by leaf up there. And, it was a pretty intense situation. We actually went under a tornado watch at one point last night, too. So we had to hunker down in a hallway, and we were just going back and forth between that and just trying to our little condo that we're staying in actually started to flood as well, too.
All right. Thank you very much, Connor. Stay safe out there.